Hi everyone, I'm Chad Shoup, and today I'm going to talk about how to profit from a pullback in the stock market. I'm going to focus on one specific sector, but of course this doesn't change my view that I'm still extremely bullish on the stock market. I still believe the general stocks are going to continue to rise, but this particular sector is going to give you the opportunity to profit from a pullback in the coming months. So I'm going to talk about more about that today, but I know a lot of you already have your own strategies that you use to implement to either hedge your profits that you've seen on gains this year or to bet on stocks that are possibly pulling back. So if you have your own strategies that you implement, or I'd love to get your comments on what I'm talking about today in my strategy. So be sure to comment below with any of your feedback on what you think of these overall strategies and opportunities to try to profit from a pullback. Now, as I mentioned, today I'm going to focus on one specific sector, and that's the energy sector. And this is because in my Automatic Profits Alert premium service, I study seasonal trends. I look at seasonal trends over sectors in the stock market, and the energy sector has a strong inverse seasonal trend, meaning that the sector generally declines from about April 25th through the end of September. So a pretty significant 5-month period where it's seen strong declines. I've tracked this going back 10 years, and it's generated an average return of about 6.5%. And this is in a non-leveraged ETF, so that's a pretty steady return that you're generating here as the stock market pulls back. And I know a lot of people look at 6.5% and you think it's not that exciting. It's not a 20-30% gain that you can get when you're buying stocks and holding for just a few months. But when you think that this is coming as a sector in general is pulling back, and it's also over these summer months where the S&P 500 generally pulls back or at least slows down. It's the weakest 6-month period of the year that we are heading into. So to come into this period and still generate consistent gains is a pretty enormous opportunity that I love to take advantage of each and every year. We look to implement these inverse trades, and in my premium service, I have timing signals that I use to try to help us jump in during this prime season to benefit from the pullback. And if you want to take advantage of it on your own, there's a simple ETF that you can use. It's the ProShares Ultra Short Oil and Gas ETF with the ticker symbol DUG. Now this has 2 times the leverage of the inverse oil and gas ETF that it's set to track. So it tracks stocks that are in the oil and gas sector. So this gives you the equivalent of an inverse energy ETF. And it's a great way to benefit from this pullback. We've used it before. I may use a different ETF this time in my Automatic Profits Alert service. And we also use a different timing indicator. So if you want to follow us and follow me on how that I'm going to trade this exact inverse prime season, then be sure to view the link below this video to give you more information on Automatic Profits Alert and how we look to take advantage of these seasonal trends throughout the year. And if you want to read my full article on the inverse energy ETF that I'm talking about today, be sure to click the link below this video as well. Well, that's all for my video today. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you go below this video and click subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any of our upcoming video updates. Well, until next time, I'm Chad Shoup.